In today's video, we're continuing our coverage on Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, Godzilla X Kong 2, and beyond. There's some news that implies this is not going to be the last movie in the Kaiju Legendary Monster universe like a lot of people thought, but I did tell you guys that it was already confirmed there would be another movie, so... Yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to never miss any of the DC, Marvel, MonsterVerse, Kaiju, pop culture based content that I try to deliver on a daily basis. If you could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know how freaking excited are you for this movie that we've been trying to hype up for the last 6 months. It comes out technically a week on Friday, but technically you could watch the advanced previews a week today. So become a channel member for less than £1, less than $1. It'll be much appreciated. Help me keep making these videos. And also show your love down below and comment. So if you could become a member of the Instagram broadcast channel. We've got over 1,000 people over there, which is cool because my Instagram account is small. So if you want to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice, Warstu on Instagram. The link is always in the bio. And also, if you want to interact with me on Twitter or X.com, because Elon Musk can't afford to change the handle from Twitter to just X. Yo, but he spent billions buying it. Yeah, he did. Why is it still called Twitter when it's literally X? So, Warstu G over there, because someone robbed my handle and I can't actually get it back. So the marketing strategy for this movie is very weird. It's so wild and so weird to me that people be like, yo, you War Drizzle, yo, Warstu, yo, the founding father, you spoil the movie for me. Then we have the same kind of people posting pictures of Shimo daily that isn't really revealed because, yeah, sure, you could say the studio has released 20,000 clips with Shimo, but they actually haven't revealed Shimo officially. So stop being so condescending and so patronizing. If you're gonna call me out for talking plot leaks, stop posting TV spots, okay? Yeah, anyway, let's go over something. So, the official Godzilla X Kong The New Empire, I hate to say it, I know the movie is marketed at children, but the marketing is so weird on Instagram Reels. It's like, I don't understand who they're trying to market this movie at. I get it, the toys and stuff are generally aimed at children. Okay, adults, don't get insulted, but they generally are. So it's like people tell you off for talking about Shimu, but Shimu's literally in all these TV spots. And you don't build hype from keep dropping 10-second TV spots. They've dropped, I know we've only probably got 10 minutes of footage over like a 1 hour 55 movie, like length time movie with credits, but come on now. You've dropped, like you can literally see the ending scene. There's so many pinnacle moments that have already been revealed. And I get it, you're trying to build the hype, but you build the hype by like literally teasing things, not just outright showing things. So there is going to be another movie after Godzilla X Kong The New Empire. But it doesn't necessarily mean Adam Wingard is going to be the director. So, in an exclusive interview with Discussing Film, but to be fair, anybody could have asked this question. Adam Wingard already has plans for another sequel exclusive, which is good, because if Adam Wingard has plans for another movie, that means he's probably spoken to Legendary. Now, why does I say Legendary, not Warner Bros? Because Warner Bros is really, I know they've got a 25% stake in it, but Legendary make it, Warner Bros distributes it, and has a small percentage of the actual overall share of the movie like they do with Dune 2. So realistically, it would be talking to Legendary. So as we know, Godzilla Vs Kong made $470 million, but that came out just after the pandemic, and it was day-and-day release. And what were they doing putting that on HBO Max and dropping it at the cinema as well? Had it not been on HBO Max, it probably would have done 500 to 600 million. So they were essentially asked the question, Godzilla X Kong is the 5th entry into the Kaiju Legendary MonsterVerse. So they asked him a question. When we asked Adam Wingard about the MonsterVerse trilogy, could it be completed one day? He expressed a desire to make a dream a reality. And the quote, it doesn't really say a lot, but it actually does tell you a lot. So when your boy Warstu goes, yeah, we're getting Space Godzilla, we're getting Destroy Monsters. Now we know Monarch Legacy Season 2 is probably going to be greenlit at some point. Now, on Apple TV, it is Legendary still. It's made by Apple TV. That is a good indication because that did really high numbers. So Adam Wingard had this to say. The whole idea that if you've done 2 movies, like maybe you should just go ahead and do a 3rd, because as you said, there's a trilogy in there. I definitely think there's more story to this. And I think I have more story to tell. But it just depends on how Godzilla X Kong The New Empire does and how things kind of shape out. I know that sounds like a diplomatic answer. laughs Adam Wingard. But the truth is, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I do have more stories to tell with these monsters. Interesting. And I know where I'd go with it. I would be very excited to come back on for one if things work out. So what does he mean? He's basically talking politics. So essentially each movie has to at least break even and make a bunch of money. So a lot of people don't know, if a movie costs $200 million to make, it needs to turn over at least 400 at the box office. Then generally most movies have $100 to $200 million marketing budget, and then you have to add that on top. So most movies actually have to make a hell of a lot more than it costs to make. So sometimes when a movie breaks the budget, it's not really, because you have to double the budget and then you have to add the marketing budget on top of that. So most movies, when you think they made money, they actually haven't made money. So it's good that he's got plans, but it doesn't necessarily mean that Legendary would go with Adam Wingard again. Although I think Godzilla vs Kong is a very good movie. For me, definitely, I think King of the Monsters is the best movie in my opinion. Now, I understand the reason why they love these team-up movies. It's essentially merchandise sales. As we know, your boy has said it 10,000 times before, Spider-Man makes $1 billion in merchandise sales per year. But it doesn't necessarily mean Adam Wingard would be the guy to do said movie. Now, we've all said we want it to lead up to destroy all monsters. So there is so many other kaiju titans they could introduce in a different movie. But I feel if Adam Wingard is coming back to play, it will be another team-up movies, and I'm not discrediting that at all, but realistically, I speak to a lot of big people and a lot of creators and a lot of fans in the kaiju MonsterVerse field, and a lot of them are kind of getting sick and tired of team-up movies. Just give us a solo Godzilla movie. Give us a solo Kong movie. Give us a solo Warstu, Mothra, Shimo, etc., etc. So it doesn't necessarily mean it will have the same creative ideas and directors behind it if there is going to be another movie. But realistically, I know Warner Bros. Discovery is into huge-ass debt, $50 billion worth of debt. But as I keep saying, they only finance a tiny part of the movie. It's actually a Legendary movie. So it's up to Legendary if we get another movie. The same with Dune 2. I know that the directors literally come out for Dune and said, we're only going to do the Messiah movie if we can make it better. They will make it better, but it's going to take a long time. So it is cool that Adam Wingard's probably had discussions with, I mean, it would technically be with Legendary and Warner Bros. Because it's like a collaboration, but it is cool that someone asked it. Anyone could have asked this question. It's kind of irrelevant, but then the discussion comes, who do we get in the next movie? We need someone like Space Gods or Destroyer. Literally in every video I make in my DMs on Instagram, people are crying out for God's sake about Destroyer, about how he's already teased, about Space Godzilla, because your boy Warstu's wanted that for such a long time. So like I say, I would prefer a sequel with just Godzilla and a sequel with just Kong. I get it. You put them together, you can sell a shit ton of toys, make a shit ton of money, and then it's easier to sell, you know, the limited edition popcorn stuff that they do in America. They don't even do it in England. The Scar King fries and the Godzilla burger, and they don't even do that in England, for frick's sake. We don't get anything here in England. We don't even get that. We get maybe we get popcorn with like a Godzilla logo and stuff on it. So that's the main reason why they love team-up movies. But just like the Avengers had the problem. Okay, Avengers didn't have the problem, let's be honest. They all banged massively. Let's be honest, Infinity banged and then Endgame banged even more. But in this sense, they need to build up the other kaiju titans separately before they have to all come back and all do a destroy all monsters scenario, which I would love. So let me know down below if you were going to do, but then again, it wouldn't be a sequel to Godzilla X Kong if it wasn't somewhat imperative. Now, I know there's this picture of the bridge that everyone thinks is going to be a massive part of the movie, but I hate to tell you this. It's literally just a bridge with Suku and Scar before they get to Scar King. It's literally just a bridge. But there are lots of mysteries and other Titans, and there's so many mysterious mysteries in the Hollow Earth that we have not explored yet. So it is cool that Adam Wingard is potentially going, of course he'd be open to it. People like money, and he loves Godzilla. He loves this franchise. He loves making these movies for sure. So if he does come back to make another movie, cool. But let's just get a real villain this time, okay? Let's be honest, lads. Scar King is not really much of a villain, let's be honest. Shimo, not really a villain. So it's going to be interesting to see how this movie plays out. Is there a post-credit scene? Well, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to ruin anything, because I don't do spoilers. Oh, well, actually, I am the spoiler channel when it comes to this kind of stuff. But it all depends if the movie actually sets up something at the end. I don't know. We went over the most recent plot leak that I think is real, but I don't know how this movie ends. I'll let you know once I watch it and we do a proper ending explained and break it down. And it's most likely just going to be me going over the plot leak video again, because I'm pretty sure the most recent video we did going over the plot is basically the plot of the movie. So likewise, guys, let us know, what would the plot be for your movie if you could do a sequel to this? Would you go with Destroyer? Would you go with Space Godzilla? Would you bring Behemoth in? Like, let me know who you would bring in and why down below. We could do more videos like this when this movie's actually out, so we can see if is there any Easter eggs, is there any little teasers that you can stretch into an idea that Space Godzilla or Destroyer is already Oxygen Destroyer. Okay, I get it. There has kind of been a teaser towards Space Godzilla and Destroyer in a somewhat capacity. So likewise, guys, check us out on Instagram, which you see a bit of face behind the voice. I have a pretty cool IG broadcast channel there. I really hope Instagram adds a feature so you guys can actually, talk in that discussion board thing, because I hate Discord personally. But follow us on Twitter, WarstuG. Become a channel member, let us know a B or $1. It really helps me make these videos. So likewise, guys, I'll catch you in another Kaiju MonsterVerse video very soon. Catch you later.